triple diamond with us. You know, I love how you came into the business. And so that's probably one of the most remarkable things about what I just said in terms of excuses or reasons not to come into the business. Alicia went through a little bit to get into the business. Talk a little bit about that.
I was a full-time portrait and wedding photographer for 11 years. Single mom, 2 teenage daughters. Worked about 60 hours a week, taking care of everybody else's families and taking photos of their precious moments and memories and good times. And I was missing out on my own, living paycheck to paycheck. Was getting ready to turn 40 and knew that I needed something different for me, something different for my life, and I found it works. But I was one of the third of the room that stood up today. I was a loyal customer first because Nikki Moore could not talk me in to that $99 March Madness. And that lasted all of 3 weeks. Started seeing the results. And part of the presentation for me has changed in this past year because I was brave enough to finally share that I took my utility bill money, my power bill, and purchased my kit. There was no extra money to buy a kit. So those first 30 days were pretty intense, and I had to sell those 8 wraps because I would drive home at night living in fear because when I would drive up the driveway, I would know if my power was turned on or off, if the doorbell light was on, because I would know if the lights were going to be on and that we had a place to stay that night. But that was my faith leap. And I joined with a goal of earning $600 a month. I knew that $600 a month would change the lives of what my 2 girls and I needed. And at that time, I knew a car would be needed to be purchased really soon. I had one girl that was getting ready to be a teenager, and we had 1 vehicle and no support. There had to be a new car. And I heard about the car bonus, and I thought, I know 60 people. I'm going to get that. And so that's kind of how the journey started for us.
What would you say, just coming home every night with the fear of that light being on or off, what do you think you would have done had it been off? You have 2 girls that mean the world to you. What do you think, what would you have done?
I'll explain that one.
The bad part is I really had to think about that. I do have an amazing support system with Aaron and his mother and my mother and father, but through my entire divorce and being the independent person that I wanted to be, I was too proud to ever ask for any help. And I wanted to do it all on my own and take care of myself. And I just am thankful, so thankful that it didn't happen, and that's because of It Works and because of the amazing product and the amazing opportunity that we have. I don't know who I would have called. I really don't know. I guess I could have gone to the studio and slept at the studio, stayed at the studio, or I could have gone to my parents' house, but it's because of this opportunity I didn't have to do that.
And you had, you were telling me, you had several things over the course of the year that you were able to do with your daughters. And you said not one of those things would have happened if you weren't in It Works.
Last November 2011, my oldest daughter chose to live full-time with me. And with very limited funds, it's hard enough to take care of 2 children part-time, but it's very difficult to take care of one full-time and then another one part-time. But with It Works, I was able to embrace and have Kayla. That sounds terrible to have your child with you full-time, but I was able to have my child with me full-time. And she called me one day, and we were boat fishing, and she said, "Mom, I need you. Can you come get me?" And I drove 5 hours to pick up my daughter, and she's never gone back. And we have, the first thing is I don't miss anything. If you call me, there's weekends I'm at cheerleading competitions. I am taking her skiing for New Year's Eve. We have gone to the Dominican Republic this year. I've gone on every field trip opportunity that any of them have had this year. My goal poster had, I wanted 2 weeks vacation. And I mean, as a single mom making $36,000 a year, there's no ever vacation. And to go on 2 one-week vacations this year and afford just to take the girls. You want to go horseback riding on the beach, honey? Let's go. We're riding fast on the beach. It's fun. It's really fun. Trust me. But we, not to say no to 2 of the most beautiful, amazing humans that I think are on the planet. And they know the power of this. And they will talk about how It Works has changed our lives. And they share with their friends and talk about the gift of It Works. And it's been the best year ever. I can't imagine it being any better. And then I look out here at, you said earlier, 12,000 eyeballs, knowing that there's going to be 24 next year. 36, even better. And our team and our group gets to be a part of that, and my children benefit from that.
That's awesome.
You know, we do It Works for different reasons. And you wrap to eat. Sometimes, when we wrap to eat, when you're calculating in your mind how many wraps that you have to do that week to buy your groceries, I mean, you've done it. If you wrap 10, you know how much money you're going to get to go shopping with. Or we're now planning on building a home and looking at colleges for my oldest daughter. That is all going to be made possible for It Works. And bringing Kayla home this year and being able to have her, and then Megan, you know, all she wants to do now is go to Disney World. So that's the next trip. So we're going to Disney World.
Give it up one more time for Alicia. Alicia is getting married